To study the human reproduction in human beings, right? So this is the summary part. So humans are sexually reproducing and viviparous, right? It means they give the direct birth and they are sexually reproducing. Okay, now the male reproductive system is composed of a pair of testes, that is two testes are present. The male sex accessory ducts, the male sex accessory ducts and the accessory glands and external genitalia. Okay, the male reproductive system is composed of a pair of testes, the male sex accessory ducts and the accessory glands and the external genitalia, right? Now each testis has about 250 compartments called testicular lobules, and each lobule contains 1 to 3 highly coiled seminiferous tubules. Now, so each lobule, right, contains 1 to 3 highly coiled seminiferous tubules. Now each seminiferous tubule is lined inside by spermatogonia and Sertoli cells. So each seminiferous tubule is lined inside by spermatogonia and Sertoli cells, right? The spermatogonia undergo meiotic divisions leading to sperm formation, right? While Sertoli cells provide nutrition to the dividing germ cells, right? The leading cells outside the seminiferous tubule synthesize and secrete testicular hormones called androgens. So the leading cells outside the seminiferous tubule synthesize and secrete testicular hormones called androgens. But each seminiferous tubule is lined inside by the spermatogonia and Sertoli cells, right? Now the leading cells present are outside the seminiferous tubule, synthesize and secrete testicular hormones called androgens. Now the male external genitalia is called penis, right? The male external genitalia is called the penis. The female reproductive system consists of a pair of ovaries, a pair of oviducts, a uterus, a vagina, external genitalia, and a pair of mammary glands, right? The ovaries produce the female gamete ovum and some steroid hormones, that is ovarian hormones. Ovarian follicles in different stages of development are emitted in the stroma. So ovarian follicles in different stages of development are emitted in the stroma. The oviducts, uterus and vagina are female accessory ducts. The oviducts and uterus and vagina are the female accessory ducts. The uterus has 3 layers, namely perimetrium, myometrium and endometrium, right? The female external genitalia includes mons pubis. So the female external genitalia includes mons pubis, labia majora, labia minora, hymen and clitoris. So these are the female external genitalia. And male external genitalia, you know, it is called the penis. One man army. The mammary glands are one of the female secondary sexual characters, right? Now, then spermatogenesis results in the formation of sperms that are supported by the male sex accessory ducts. So spermatogenesis results in the formation of sperms that are transmitted by the male sex accessory ducts, right? A normal human sperm is composed of head, neck, a middle piece and tail. So head, neck and middle piece and tail. The process of formation of mature female gametes is called oogenesis. The process of formation of mature female gametes is called the oogenesis, right? The reproductive cycle of female primates is called the menstrual cycle. Menstrual cycle starts only after attaining sexual maturation, that is puberty. And during ovulation, only one ovum is released per menstrual cycle. The cyclic changes in the ovary and the uterus during menstrual cycle are induced by the changes in the levels of pituitary and ovarian hormones. Pituitary by LH and FSH. Okay, and ovarian hormone, that is estrogen and progesterone. So the cyclic changes in the ovary and the uterus during menstrual cycle are induced by the changes in the levels of pituitary and ovarian hormones, right? After coitus, sperms are transported to the ampulla where the sperm fertilizes the ovum, leading to the formation of a diploid zygote. So after coitus, sperms are transported to the ampulla where the sperm fertilizes the ovum, leading to formation of a diploid zygote. The presence of X or Y chromosome in the sperm determines the sex of the embryo. Okay. Then the zygote undergoes repeated mitotic division to form a blastocyst, which is implanted in the uterus, resulting in pregnancy. Okay, after 9 months of pregnancy, the fully developed fetus is ready for delivery, right? The process of childbirth is called parturition, which is induced by a complex neuroendocrine mechanism involving cortisol. So the process of childbirth is called the parturition, that is the delivery of the baby The process of childbirth is called the parturition, which is induced by the complex neuroendocrine mechanism involving cortisol, like cortisol, estrogen, and oxytocin, right? Cortisol, estrogen, and oxytocin, right? The mammary glands differentiate during pregnancy and secrete milk after childbirth. So mammary glands differentiate during pregnancy and secrete milk after childbirth. The newborn baby is fed milk by the mother, that is the lactation. So the newborn baby is fed milk by the mother, that is lactation, during the initial few days of the growth. Now here is the summary exercises. Now fill in the exercises, fill in the blanks. Like humans reproduce sexually. Humans are viviparous. Fertilization is internal in humans. Male and female gametes are haploid. Zygote is diploid, right? The process of release of ovum from a mature follicle is called the process of release of, it is called ovulation, right? Then ovulation is induced by a hormone called ovulation is induced by a hormone called, which hormone induces the ovulation, right? I think estrogen. Ovulation is induced by a hormone called estrogen, right? Estrogen. The fusion of male and female gametes is called, it is called the fertilization. Fertilization takes place in ampulla region, right? Zygote divides to from which is implanted blastocyst. So zygote, there is a zygotic mitotic division, right, which gets implanted in the uterus. Now the structure which provides vascular connection between fetus and the uterus is called the placenta. So fetus and uterus is called the placenta, right? Draw a label diagram of male reproductive system. Male reproductive system, then female reproductive system. Write two major functions each of testes and ovary. Testes produce a male gamete, and that is testes produce the sperm, and ovary produce ovum. Okay, now testes okay, so these are the functions. So testes also produce androgens, which also helps in the secondary growth of the male, and then secondary growth of the male, and then in female, like estrogen and progesterone. It is the like ovary that it is the ovary that produces estrogen and progesterone, that is secondary sexual character, that is mammary glands and all that. So this is it. Describe the structure of a seminiferous tubule. The structure of the seminiferous tubule. Inside it is lined by the two cells, that is Sertoli cells and what, and which cell? Sertoli cells and which cell? Sertoli cells and male germ cells. Okay, that produces the male gametes, right? And so this is the seminiferous tubule, and one or three highly coiled seminiferous tubule present in each lobule, and each testis has 250 testicular lobules, right? So what is spermatogenesis? It is the formation of it is the formation of the sperm from the male germ cells, right? This is spermatogenesis. Briefly describe the process of spermatogenesis. So this is what spermatogenesis, formation of sperm from the male germ cells, right? Name the hormones involved in regulation of spermatogenesis. It is androgen and then LH. So these are the hormones involved in spermatogenesis. Also FSH2, the FSH2. Okay, FSH, LH, and androgens, right? Testosterone, androgens, right? Define spermiogenesis and spermation. So spermiogenesis, it is the spermiation. It is the release of sperm from the seminiferous tubule into the cavity. Okay. Into the cavity of the, I think outside the cavity of the seminiferous tubule. So this is spermiation. And spermiogenesis, it is the transformation of the spermatid into spermatozoa, that is sperm. This is the spermiogenesis. Now draw a label diagram of sperm. It has the head, neck, middle piece, and tail. Very good. What are the major components of seminal plasma? So certain enzymes, calcium and fructose. What are the major functions of male accessory ducts and glands? Just the transportation of urine and transportation of semen, right? And glands, prostate gland, bulbourethral gland, seminal vesicles, right? All these. Okay, so what is oogenesis? So it is formation of the mature female gamete, that is the oogenesis. Give a brief account of oogenesis. Oogenesis, that is first one is the primary oocyte, then secondary oocyte, then primary oogenesis, that is primary follicles, then secondary follicles, then tertiary follicles, then giving rise to the ovum. So this is it. So primary follicle gives rise to the secondary follicle with ovum, and then secondary follicle, and then okay, we'll see in the context, right? So oogenesis. Draw a label diagram of section of ovary. So ovary, what does it do? Ovary, it is like it, around it, there is funnel shape, like funnel shape infundibulum. Funnel shape infundibulum has the fimbria, finger like projection, that collects the worm. So this is the, so graphene follicle, there are many granulosa layers of the cells. This is the graphene follicle, like the mature follicle. This is known as the graphene follicle, where the ovum gets released at the 14th day of the mid cycle of the cycle, right? Name the functions of the following. Corpus luteum. So corpus luteum, it secretes the progesterone, maintains the endometrium of the uterus, right? This is the corpus luteum. It is the remaining parts of the, like remaining parts of mature parts of the graphene follicle. Okay, after the ovulation, remnants of the graphene follicle, right? That is endometrium. It is required for the implantation, and endometrium, it gets break down during the menstrual flow and all that. So endometrium, it supports the implantation, right? So acrosome, it helps to fertilize the ovum, and it also uh, it just dissolves the membrane of the ovum. Okay, so it helps fertilizing the ovum, right? A sperm tail, it is motility, for the motility, 60% and 40% vigorous motility, right? And 60% that is normal motility. Fimbria, it collects the ovum, right? Now identify true false statements. Correct each false statement to make it true. Androgens are produced by Satori cells. True or false? No, it's false. Androgens are produced by, like uh, which cells? Androgens are produced by leading cells, right, outside the seminiferous tubules. Now spermatozoa get nutrition from Satori cells. Very true. Leading cells are found in ovary. False. It's found in outside the seminiferous tubules in humans. In males, leading cells synthesize androgens. Right. True. Oogenesis takes place in corpus luteum. I think it is oogenesis takes place in corpus luteum. Nope. It is taking place in the ovary. Right. So it is false. Menstrual cycle ceases during pregnancy. During pregnancy, menstrual cycle ceases. Right. It stops. Right. Yes. It can be true. If you think like it ceases, menstrual cycle stops during the pregnancy, so then it is true. But actually it is ceases after the age of like 50. Okay, so in that sense it is false. But if you think like that, so it is true. Presence or absence of hymen is not a reliable indicator of virginity or sexual experience. True or false? Presence of or absence of hymen is not a reliable indicator of virginity or sexual experience. Yes, it is true. Presence or absence of hymen is not a reliable indicator of virginity or sexual experience. Yes, it is true. What is menstrual cycle? So menstrual cycle, it is a cycle. It is like, it's just a cycle. Bicycle. Now, which hormones regulate menstrual cycle? Estrogen, progesterone. That's all. What is menstrual cycle? Menstrual cycle, it is the release of ovum at the mid of the cycle. So this is menstrual cycle. It is divided into menstrual phase, then follicular phase, then ovulatory phase, then, so this is it. So what is parturition? It is the delivery of the baby, delivery of the child. So which hormones are involved in induction of parturition? Cortisol, is estrogen, and oxytocin, right? In our society, the women are often blamed for giving birth to daughters. Can you explain why this is not correct? This is definitely not correct, because the males are the ones who decides which going to be son or girl. Depends on the X and Y chromosomes of the male. So how many eggs are released by human ovary in a month? So it is like, I don't know. Go and ask to any girl. I never asked them. How many eggs are released by a human ovary in a month? I don't know. Maybe like 2 or something. How many eggs? No, one, because 28 days of menstrual cycle, and at the one, so one. How many days do you think would have been released if mother gave birth to identical twins? If they give so they would have just one. I don't know. Would your answer change if the twins born were fraternal? First thing is, what is fraternal? I just don't know. What is fraternal? We need to Google this thing. How many eggs do you think were released by the ovary of a female dog which gave birth to 6 puppies? How many eggs do you think were released by the ovary of a female dog which gave birth to 6 puppies? Six eggs. That's all. So this is all your chapter is done. So the human reproduction.